Hey everyone, welcome into week 37, and this week I'm going to really take a look at the Aussie dollar and see how patterns are going to help us to trade next week. This is Sneha Dias from Harmonic Forex, and I'm going to take you through Aussie dollar first. So let's take a look at what's been happening to this pair over the last couple of weeks. So we saw a very strong upward movement, and then there was a pattern here to sell. This was a bad pattern and it reacted so quickly and the pair fell down. Now, why do you think the pair bounced at around this level and these two blue lines? Well, these are two monthly lows that have been marked out from the previous month, and sure enough, the price came here, it bounced up, and then it came back down. So it went down and it broke below this support, and as soon as it comes back up, support becomes resistance, and then you have an opportunity to short somewhere around here. And now we are in a situation where this is somewhere in mid chart. So what do you think your options are on this particular pair? So let's take a look at where we are. So I'm interested if it goes back down to maybe try to see if there's a pattern to long here. So let me clear everything and go into a clear template and see what we have over here. You would see that there is a double bottom over here, which has been created the previous week low. So if there is an opportunity, if there is a pattern that sets up in this manner, so we'll need to see this guy go up and come back down here, I would be very comfortable taking a long position. The reason for that is the previous week is supporting this trade, and we could potentially see an opportunity to go long around, let's say, this region if there is a pattern formed up. Now, but my bias is still to short this pair. Why is it? Because as far as I see from the moving averages, I see that this pair is on its way down. You could see that if you look at the daily moving average, it is pointing downwards. So we need to stick with the trend. And when I stick with the trend, what I'm looking for is some sort of a pattern that allows me to short this. So take a look over here. I'm seeing a back pattern being formed. So it hits the fib 3, and we are looking to maybe short this at around 75.50, kind of a round number, and there is a nice pattern that's setting up over here. The risk is going to be very minimal, but the pattern tells me that here we should see a reaction. So I'm going to watch for a reaction and see if we can take this pair, Aussie dollar, to the downside. Okay, so that's two thoughts on Aussie dollar. Now when I switch over to Aussie yen, I'm of the similar opinion. So let's take a look at Aussie yen. So leaving aside harmonics, I'm trying to analyze this pair. I see that there is strong support here at this 75, around 76 level, and then you would see that it has gone up, came back down, and now it's looking for support at this 76 level, which looks very impressive because you've seen a couple of pin bars around here. I'm looking to see if there is an opportunity to go long around here, and I can see it straight away, mainly because I guess I've been trading harmonics for a while, that there is a potential opportunity of taking another back pattern long position. And remember, the 886 is the key level that we're looking at. You can see that the 168 extension falls right on top of that, and when I draw my AB equals to CD level, you could see that it's very nicely aligned. So 7610 is the region that I'm looking for to see some sort of a reaction, and based on the patterns, I would say that this is a good opportunity to take a trade. But you may ask, okay, what if this guy never comes down? What if it keeps going up? What are my options? Well, the good thing about harmonics is that you can trade both ways. So I would be looking, once again, anchoring off this point around 77.50 to short this around 77.27 based off a let me make sure I got this right. This would be a Gartley pattern. So I need to draw my AB equals to CD movement. But I would say that this comes in very nicely at around this level, exactly at that level. So I've got a plan for Aussie yen. It doesn't involve anything at the start of the week. If it goes down, I would look to take a position around here. And if it goes up, I will look to take a position around here. At the moment, I'm still undecided on a Sunday evening, which is fine. But you've got to have an idea of how you want to trade this at certain levels. Okay, let's see what else we have. All right, this is the Aussie dollar versus the Swiss. Now, I'm seeing a shark pattern coming in on this. So how we draw a shark is pretty much look for a downward movement if it's a bearish shark, and a retracement, and looking for something that goes and touches the 113 level. And then in turn, we're trying to look for the 168 retracement. Now, to me, this is a good zone to look for reactions. Okay, given the fact that there is a monthly level here that I've drawn out on my charts previously. So the levels that I'll be interested is shown by this blue box here on top. And if we can see this price going up, this would be a level that I'll be looking for reaction. Okay, so all Aussie pairs are really looking very interesting this week. The other guy that I'm looking at is Aussie New Zealand. Now, without a doubt, first of all, you need to understand the trend. The trend of this guy is down. So when it's down, we need to look to short. And what I'm seeing over here is kind of a double pattern. I like to start off my trade from this point because it's a nice pin bar, which should prove to be a good resistance. You'll see more resistance over here. And when I draw from the high to low, I see a similar shark pattern forming up. And I look for that 1618 level, which comes in at the exact point that I drew this. So that's my first confirmation that this zone is pretty good. The next one I'm looking at is really, there is a bit of a bad pattern here. So you can see that there is the XA, A to B, B to C. So I'm going to draw from C to B. And I'm looking at that 886 level as usual. And here we go. So it lines up pretty nicely around this zone as well. So I see there are two reasons to take a trade at this zone. It's really the shark pattern as well as the bat pattern. Okay, let me cover off one more Euro Aussie pair. Yep. So let's take a look at this and try to analyze it from the higher time frame. This pair is on and up. So it's going up and now it's found some reaction here and coming back down. So I'm still interested in going long in this pair, and I see a potential pattern here. So you guys should know what this pattern is already. And I'm really looking for reaction at this the last week's low. And if I can see the reaction that I'm looking for, I feel that this is a good zone to take a trade at. Okay, sounds good. So I've covered off about well, almost 5 Aussie pairs in maybe less than 10 minutes. So I really hope that this would help you to start off your trading well for week 37. And of course, if you want to learn more about the Gartley pattern, and which is something that we are conducting, so do sign up at our website harmonicforex.com. You should be able to get hold of the Eventbrite on our website, and from that point onwards you can register for it. And of course, on the 24th of September we have our PTA class for September. It's a class just for $51, which will help you to really understand the ins and outs of Forex. And it's perhaps the best trading platform or starting platform you can get into your trading at a very, very reasonable price. So with that, I'll wrap up my analysis for this week. I wish you all the best and trade safe in week 37. Until next week, take care.